Welcome to the Tech Tarik Show, Lawyat.net's only official podcast. This week we've got the regular crew back with Pang and Andrew.
Hello.
Hi.
As usual, very dull with the
enthusiastic, yes.
introductions.
I'm very excited for our 36th episode. 26th episode?
This is 26.
26,
Yeah.
oops.
It's not a significant number, Andrew.
Oh, it is. It is.
Right. Anyway, let's get started with the news. So, what do we have this week? Last week. What was interesting?
Well, last week the highlight obviously was the fact that the Galaxy S8, Samsung Galaxy S8, was officially launched. Nothing much that we don't know about because it was already announced.
They announced everything.
They were
Everything.
going to launch it on the 5th of May. Pre-orders will be able to pick it up on the 4th, and they held the event on the 4th.
Uh-huh.
Lots of celebrities were there.
Yeah, I saw the
Naturally.
pictures. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll be honest. So I know
didn't know
Harith
half of them.
Iskandar.
Yeah, no,
I had no idea who these people
Harith
are.
Iskandar was the
He's the highlight of the show,
no,
There
right?
were-
MC, and then
There were a
was-
lot of
Okay.
YouTubers, so...
YouTubers don't count as celebrities.
Oh, wow. I don't know about that, but okay.
Yes, they don't.
Yeah, they're not
Please.
actors.
Would
It-
you
oh,
like
no.
to meet MKBHD?
I met
Not.
him already.
I know.
Took a photo with him.
Good for you.
Jealous, Ken.
Anyway,
I don't care.
Yeah, so the event was held in Summit Pyramid, which is also the location for the Galaxy S8 Roadshow, which has ended by now.
Yes, it has ended by the time
Right.
that we're putting this podcast out.
yep.
Jeez. But we can't tell you how it went because we're recording this on a Friday night.
Apparently, quite a number of people. Like by afternoon, they had only like 200 units for the S8 and S8 Plus, where you are eligible for the free stuff.
Oh, okay.
By afternoon, it's about 100 people already.
That's-
I'm gonna assume that people went for it because it's like you get the deals were really good. So
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like the college students who have time will just go there.
yeah, probably the same ones who went and lined up for the Yeezys.
And the same ones who
Okay.
will, stay overnight for the iPhones.
Also true.
Mm-hmm.
They're always college students.
Anyway,
Yeah, so what else happened? Andrew? Andrew?
We also have a recent price drop promotional period thing. Not too sure about it for the Huawei devices. So the Huawei Mate 9 series and the P9 received a price cut, but we don't know if it's a permanent price drop or if it's just in conjunction of Aidilfitri and the Hari Raya.
do you actually
Hari
know
Raya
what's the word?
Aidilfitri
know what's going on?
celebration.
What's the word for it?
The Hari Raya
yeah.
celebration.
Yeah, that and
And
before that it's
it's the
Take your
fasting
time,
one.
Take your time.
yeah fasting.
Ramadan.
What's the word? Yeah. So sorry lah, I cannot remember.
I think he's quite sleepy.
Anyway,
I don't think he's sleepy. I just think he's just excessively racist.
Wow, please. I was
Okay.
trying to fix something which is not happening, but anyway,
No one's asking you to
moving
buy
on.
the Battle Pass now.
Yeah.
I'm not buying the battle
No,
pass.
we can leave the battle pass for the last bit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the next, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
Huawei.
So the Huawei Mate 9, Mate 9 and the Mate 9 Pro, and as well as the P9, which is a price cut, but we're not too sure if it's a permanent one.
How much
anyway,
is it?
Let me. Anyway, the P9 received a 300 ringgit price cut, so it's now going for 1,799.
Okay.
The Mate 9 is now 200 less. It's now 2,499. And the Mate 9 Pro, the most expensive in the list, also got the
It only went down
least.
100 ringgit.
Yeah, only 100 ringgit. So
So
it's 3,299.
That's not as impressive as I thought
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
be.
Because okay, it's expected that you would drop the price of the P9 because the P10 is now already here.
Yes.
So it's
But-
1799, which is still quite expensive to be honest. Like
For
Yeah.
older
It's
devices
you can
Essentially-
find a lot cheaper prices
Yeah.
on Lazada
Correct.
online.
and everywhere else.
Mhm.
And 2499 for a Mate 9 is actually the market price already. So I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna assume that it's gonna go a little bit lower.
Maybe.
But oh man, Mate 9 Pro is quite disappointing though.
Mhm.
100 ringgit off.
Really is very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I see it, doesn't. They didn't actually say it's a limited time only, so I'm gonna assume
Yeah.
that this is a. I mean, it makes sense for the P9 to be dropped that amount.
Yes.
So-
But you usually don't
Correct.
announce it in this way. You just kind of like
Yeah,
let it
kinda
drop
let it drop.
quietly in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose, Raya's coming up, so they might want to just
Yeah,
get a
just
little
kinda
extra publicity out of it.
And don't forget, they're announcing this on the same day as the availability of the Galaxy S8.
Yeah, the
So-
global.
Yeah.
Malaysian availability.
Malaysian availability.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they're actually going a little bit strong and aggressive against the Samsung.
Mm-hmm.
They've also announced that the green P10 is
The
here.
Pantone
Yeah,
colors.
Yeah.
P10 and P10 Plus are now available.
So I'll tell you something more interesting. They announced the Pantone colors launch, the availability on the day of the pre-order of the Galaxy S8.
Why not? Why not?
well, it makes sense.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and now they're not afraid to take the fight to him.
Can I say that the blue color looks nice? It's nice.
No,
in
the
real life.
green.
No, the green.
No, the
I
green
love
looks
the
good. No,
green.
the green looks good. The blue, it's okay, but in terms of texture, the green is better. Because the blue one has this weird
The
scratchy
fingernail
surface,
thing,
yeah.
right? The
Fingernail file feeling
thing.
thing.
Anyway,
Yep.
No, I just think that the green with the Huawei logo really looks 420.
Ahem. Okay.
I'm quite sure they didn't intend that to
I don't
happen,
think so.
Sure.
but it's just maybe a slight oversight.
I mean,
But
they
it will
use-
sell.
They use different logos before
It
the
will-
P9.
Oh, it's
so-
really expensive though. It's still.
It's still expensive.
Still the same price.
$2,499 and $3,099, right?
3299 for the
3299?
Mi 9 Pro.
Plus.
Oh, P10 Plus is 099.
We're talking about
Sorry
the
lah,
P10.
lost the plot.
You really did.
But
Yeah, man.
Anyway, what else is there?
The big news, the actual big news,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
was the Surface laptop.
Oh.
Let's just talk Windows
Yeah.
10
No,
S.
nobody cares about Windows 10s,
Mm.
but you will get it when you buy the Surface laptop.
Let's start with the Windows 10 S.
No, we should start with the Surface laptop
Okay.
because that's the thing everyone wants to hear about.
The Surface laptop is really nice.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, but
That video though.
Yeah.
yes, but
But what?
do you
That's
like?
what I see cast on, isn't it?
No. I've moved on from there. But do you like the surface of the keyboard though?
I love the Surface Pro 4 keyboard, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
but see, this is a
Alcantara.
laptop.
It's the same texture.
It's a laptop though. So imagine if you had sweaty palms.
Yes,
or
I'm
you
imagining it,
spilled
and I
something on
love
it.
this
So
idea.
can you tell me
And-
the difference between having sweaty palms on the Surface Pro 4 and the Surface laptop?
That is detachable. So if it got to the if it has gotten to the
It's not
point
you
that
can wash it
you can't wash it, but you can replace it if you want to.
for 400 ringgit.
Compared to the Surface laptop, it's not possible at all.
Why would you want to replace a type cover because of sweat for 400 ringgit?
Not just sweat, like over a year, in 2 years' time, who knows what could happen to it.
Okay,
Like,
that's
that's my concern.
That's understandable concern, but I've never heard of someone who's used his Surface, his Surface 4 and the type cover and said, it's gotten sweaty, it's gotten dirty, I need to replace it. I've never heard that happen.
You'd be surprised.
Have you heard?
I think Andrew is the one who's disappointed.
He doesn't even own a Surface 4.
He used to.
Not anymore. I used to own 2 of them. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a horrible person. Anyway, yes, the Surface laptop is essentially what the name says. It goes up to the Core i7, is
Did they announce
512.
whether it was a full...
Yeah, it's a U series
U-series
processor,
processor,
not a
right?
Y.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just all the way.
Mm.
So it's got 512 gigabytes of storage up to,
Up to.
and up to 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Mm.
I don't know what else to say.
It's actually
we
funny-
all just
it's
want
actually
one.
Really funny though, because like it uses it uses the Surface connector, right, for power.
Yes.
Yeah.
correct.
It does not have USB Type C.
No.
It
They
has one USB port and a mini display port.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's it.
But the thing is, apparently there were prototype with 2 USB-C ports.
Prototypes.
Yeah, but then they decided
Prototypes
that
don't count.
they decided that
Sorry.
Type C adoption is not there yet, so we're gonna put in a mini display port, which
It
people
was really a struggle.
is
though.
Wait,
Like,
So they're saying Type C adoption is not good enough,
Mhm.
but mini DisplayPort is.
apparently so. Yeah,
because that's the one that's in the Surface Pro 4.
yeah. It
Ah,
makes sense, but
there is
still a bit
some
disappointing that there's no Type C. But
Yeah, a little, but I'm assuming they just wanted to save some space and a regular USB port.
Yeah, so basically what they did was just to get the connectivity ports from the Surface Pro 4 and kind of put it into a Surface laptop. USB,
Yeah, I suppose it makes
3.0.
sense.
yeah.
And to be fair, USB 3.0 is probably more prevalent.
Yeah,
You're gonna
but
see
only
more-
one of it though. This is a laptop. So remember that this is a laptop that they say is designed for education, for students in higher education.
tertiary
right?
education.
And
yeah,
one USB port.
Dongle
I'm
It's
light?
just enough for a mouse and nothing else.
No,
But
because
like-
the way I see that they're probably approaching this is that that's not for a mouse. That's probably for your USB drive, whatever.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
if
I don't know.
you're in a classroom,
Yeah.
you don't actually have space to like spread out your mouse and everything.
No, that's
Yeah.
true, but like you're gonna be using it not just in the classroom. This is gonna be like your first laptop, so to say. Like they're designing it.
There is no way this is going to be your first laptop.
I'd
That's
love for
what
it to
they're
be my first
designing it
laptop.
for, but you know, like there's a lot of things that's kind of like a bit weird about it. Like they're designing, like they're pairing it with Windows 10s, which is like a cloud-based, education-centric platform.
It's
And
not what Windows 10 S is, but okay.
it's pretty much right, and like the laptop is the first design for Windows 10s, but it's priced from $999.
Yes,
which is
and that's the
like
i7, the
premium
i5 version.
i5 128 gigabyte storage.
Yeah.
Yes,
4
4
gigs of
gigs
RAM,
of RAM.
right?
No,
think.
I don't see this
think.
as that first laptop, that education laptop. That's probably a space for the Chromebooks.
Yeah, but that's
This-
what they're
this-
designing.
no,
it
this
for.
is
Like,
clearly
they're
not a
taking
Chromebook.
No,
the
it's
Chromebook
it's on the same level as a Pixel C.
Yes, this is
The
not.
very expensive Chromebook.
Yeah, this is probably more
Oh, they're
for
selling it anymore.
Uh,
because this is more for like university students. Postgrads will probably enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah, but like at that price, like
Yeah, the price is very
$1,000.
steep.
it's like the same level as an XPS. It's the same level as the Surface Pro 4 when it came out.
basically premium ultrabooks.
Yes.
It's premium ultra. Yeah,
It's a premium ultrabook, and it's
Mhm.
like running on Windows 10.
but
You
But-
can upgrade it to full Windows 10 Pro
For free.
No.
for free for this year.
Yeah,
only.
for this year.
yeah, after that's like $40 US dollars.
$49 US dollars
Well,
to upgrade it.
Yeah, but that's how Microsoft has always operated. They've
It's a
always
fixed line, right?
Yeah, because the idea is that they are creating this not to compete with their partners. If they price it too low, they're going to step on the toes of everyone they work with.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to like put it up there and say, well,
This is what we think.
This
is
is-
premium.
yeah, this is what we think a
tier.
top tier education laptop should look like. We're pricing it that way. The rest of you guys can, work from there.
Yeah,
We're not
actually, we forgot to
competing.
mention one thing, actually, that
Which is?
this Surface laptop is also touch enabled
mhm.
and has the thinnest touch panel on the laptop.
I
Ever
think
made.
Microsoft first for Microsoft or something. I don't think it's
I think
the
it's
first,
the
it's the world's first thing, is it?
No, it's a really thin panel. It's a new
Yeah.
technology as well.
Mhm.
It's first in the
That's
world.
that's
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's just a good way to get your screen
Because it
broken.
looks, it really does look like the size of a MacBook Air, and it's got a touch panel. Like
Actually, yeah, it's about the same
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
the taller display. Yeah.
that's insane.
No,
Mm.
but that's the idea. We're gonna go
The
all out
top
on
of
our
the
Surface products, and this is not for everyone. Not gonna sell. They don't. I don't think Microsoft expects to sell a lot of these things.
No, it's just basically like the Surface Pro 4, like it's a
And the Surface Book.
right?
Yeah.
Surface Book, man. No one actually.
No, it never came to Malaysia.
No, I know,
So-
but like even with people who bought it, they're like, oh, they're
It's-
quite disappointed with it because
I-
it's a first gen product. So
Yeah, you're never the first gen adopter.
yeah. What was I saying actually? Yeah, we should talk about this Windows 10.
10s. Yes, Windows 10s is the resurrection.
Windows
Yes,
10.
Oh, man.
it's
I
a
mean,
bad word. That's a
I
bad
really
word.
don't
We
want
should
it.
not say it anymore. But yes, it's effectively Windows 10 that can only run apps off the Windows Store.
Mhm.
There are not a lot.
They're
Chrome
not.
isn't one of it, isn't it?
What?
Chrome isn't. In the
No,
Windows
Chrome's
Store,
not
right?
there.
No, Chrome is in there.
But that's
that-
all right.
It wouldn't matter because
Because they've locked your default browser to Microsoft Edge.
yes,
And they've locked your default search engine on Edge and Internet Explorer to Bing. So you can't even change that.
So
Bing.
what happens if does this apply even when you've upgraded to Windows 10 Pro?
No. It's only on the Windows 10s.
Yes.
So
Once
basically
you have
50
Pro,
bucks.
yeah, for an extra $50, you get freedom.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you can.
That means you can install like Steam and stuff.
No, you can't
I
install
don't
Steam.
think so. I think you can't game on it. Like
50.
not
No,
Steam
you can.
games.
You can game on it. You can
Solid
Yeah,
install.
Snake.
whatever that's in the Windows Store.
Pinball,
Yeah. Minecraft.
Well,
Minecraft is there.
Minecraft authentication.
Yes.
Cut the rope.
Actually, there are not. There are quite a few games there.
Hey, it's a good game.
Sure.
It was like one of those things that you want to buy an iPad for back in the days.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Just you.
Angry Birds? No.
No,
It's not on the Windows Store.
What?
I think there's World of Goo. If I remember
That's
correctly.
not too bad.
Should be. If I was mistaken.
But It's not for gaming.
Yeah.
This is intended for education.
Yeah.
We have the wrong frame of mind here.
What did you do when you were a student?
Clearly, I wasn't dumb enough to buy Windows RT. Oh no, wait. When I was a student, I didn't have Windows
Oh,
RT.
there was no such thing.
No, that was a long time ago.
I was on Windows.
7. Yeah, XP.
No, XP. No, that would make me really old.
No, 7. 7. It was just 7. We're not that old yet.
Yeah,
But-
that's
Yeah, the good thing about Windows 10s is they are making it free for educators and students. So if you're an educator, you're a student, you can get a free code for it.
right. So what we can assume is that the Microsoft's hardware partners is going to be the ones building the $150 to $200
The affordable
yeah,
versions.
the affordable Windows 10s devices that
Yes.
takes all
So,
the Chromebooks.
Probably.
like, you know,
Maybe.
Acer's Aspire 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the idea. For what they're trying to do, it's fine.
It's below 1,000 ringgit. Come on.
Yeah, what are you expecting? And if it's free, you know, you can have at least some version of Windows on it.
Mm.
And when you have money, you can upgrade.
Right.
$49.
$49. I'll take that for
Sure.
Windows 10 Pro.
A really bad cough today.
Yeah, you
Sorry
do.
about that.
Okay, what's up? What else is up? Let's talk about the Google Docs phishing campaign that happened over the week.
Yep.
Surprisingly, very quiet. Like, not a lot of people were talking about
I
it.
don't know. My Facebook feed was like 4 or 5 people warning people about others about it.
I saw it once.
I saw.
And that's not from a friend. That was from like a Facebook page.
I saw from my friends actually sharing it.
So tell us what happened.
So
I
what-
actually, like, didn't really know what happened.
So what happens is, this whoever it was decided to clone a Google Docs authorization request. So you know when people send you share a document, it says someone would like to share a document with you, and then this pop-up appears telling you which app is
Yeah.
requesting permission. So they made it look exactly like Google Docs,
Wow.
down to the wording used, the fonts, everything is the same.
Shit.
The only way to tell was the developer was different, but that was hidden away somewhere.
Can't really see it.
Yeah, it's not immediately noticeable. So they didn't target specifically anyone specifically.
Yeah.
No, they did. They started journalists.
What?
Yeah.
You know,
It
I
was-
got a really interesting email the other day. Someone wanted to share a document with me on Google Mail, Gmail,
Uh huh.
and it was my colleague. Shared me a document, asking me to open the document.
Sure. That's very
I didn't
suspicious.
click it.
I think that's nothing, but okay.
But at least you know it's from your it's
I
from
didn't click
someone.
it.
Yeah.
Just you know, whew. Dodged
Okay.
the bullet right there.
No, so nobody knows what it was planning to do
Right.
because all it seemed to do was just spread.
Because what happens was that when you open it, you basically gave access for the
No, so what happens when you open it? It would ask you to log into Google.
yeah, because basically you gave permission for that
App.
that software or app to gain access to your entire Gmail account.
No, it would
Access
just
to your
manage
contacts.
your
Contacts.
email and your contacts.
Yeah, so
And what it would do
very
would just spread from there.
Yeah.
So the curious thing about this is that it appeared on a very specific time, on a very specific day. World Press Freedom Day.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
targeting journalists. And we're not sure if that had anything to do with it or just bad timing. But nobody's actually certain what this malware was trying to do besides get out.
Right.
It could have been spying on journalists for all we know.
But Google's already fixed that, patched that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they hasn't patched the problem. More like they've shut down the servers connected to it because the exploit required some Google services, so they shut that down. It's not threatening anyone at the moment, but that's not to say someone else might pick up this method and try it again.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like they mentioned that they did mention what happened and what they've done to mitigate it. They've also mentioned how many people were affected by this. They say that it's 0.1% of Gmail users were affected. That translates to about 1 million people.
That's
Mhm.
not a small.
1%.
That's not a small
I
number.
mean, it's already small. So
Yeah.
0.1% is 1 million people.
1 million
affected.
targeted journalists.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
Okay.
think about it. Almost every press organization was targeted.
Mhm.
Anything big enough. Although it was said that they also targeted mainly people in Europe.
Okay.
It's weird.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of elections going on in Europe at the moment. for all we know. France is having election.
Yes, that's true.
Great Britain is having an election.
All right. Actually, closer to home, there's something more interesting. Security related? I don't know. I don't know how to describe this.
What? What is it?
Well, MCMC's published a guideline for people who are admins in chat groups.
The guideline.
The guideline.
The guideline.
So
it's not really a
sometime
guideline.
So last week was it? The minister said something along the lines
Okay,
of...
so last week the Deputy Minister of Communications and Multimedia
Yes.
said that, you know, WhatsApp admins can be liable for anything said in their groups. And a few days later, so the MCMC actually issued a statement on trying to clarify what he meant. So they're saying that, you know, it's actually falling under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act.
Right.
And then they also said in that statement that they're looking into publishing guidelines for chat group admins.
Which is
And
basically what they did.
eventually, a few days later, they got that out.
Okay.
So we have a copy of the guideline.
It's
We have a copy of this guideline. And they kind of spread it into two columns.
do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts. Because we're all really young when it comes to using
It's
chat.
better to be simple than overly complicated. But yeah,
Do you want to know one of the do's?
please tell.
Be mindful of rules and conditions of use by the platform provider.
That's nothing.
Comment on posts to ensure discussions stay on track.
That's the one. Staying on track is the one that I
Okay.
don't get.
Inform members the reason for setting up the group and consider setting basic ground rules. I've never hit.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
admit
wow.
this. This is going out in the
No.
public. But I
You
will
need to
admit.
check posts regular. Group posts. Oh man, that.
No,
all
that
of
would be
us
all
are-
of us. All of us will be blocked.
Ooh, the jokes that we share.
To be fair, I've never shared a joke in any of our smart.
Horrible asshole. Why do you do
Exactly.
this?
Hey,
Anyway.
I'm the only one who's safe here.
Damn it.
But yeah, we're gonna save this for our discussion later.
Okay.
Yes. So there's
We'll
one
share
more.
the don'ts later, okay?
Yeah, we'll share the don'ts later. So I think there's one more piece of news that we have to go over.
Yeah.
The most important piece of news.
Dota.
Yes, Dota.
Oh.
Yes,
You don't play
Dota.
Dota. You find it considered. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go
Yeah,
with
He's
that.
no,
excited
Dota-
for Dota. Let's let him be excited.
For a change, I'm actually interested in something else that Dota is doing. The Battle Pass is out.
Yep.
So the TI7 Battle Pass has been
Yes.
is out.
And I'll be buying it tonight. Anyway, yes.
Didn't you already buy it just now? While
No.
we were setting
Yeah,
up?
while we
No,
were,
I was
while
trying
we
to
were.
figure out how much it is
Horrible.
in Ringgit Malaysia, but moving on.
Don't you have the Steam app on your phone?
Yeah, but it's still reflected in USD for some reason. Yeah.
That might be a problem for you. But yes, the important thing about the Battle Pass this time is that it comes with a it's a co-op campaign.
Up to 4 players.
Yes.
Whoa.
So it's a dungeon
Yes.
crawl.
So please buy it. And we
It's
can
a
play together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm excited for is this is like me in Overwatch again. I come back for the co-op PvE events.
Oh, nice. People's
And-
environment.
Yes, and that's what Dota is offering now, except that you have to pay $10 to access it.
I mean, that's less than 50 ringgit. I mean, even though...
it's nothing, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
50 ringgit.
Right, even if you don't play Dota, some people who might have played it during the first Dota days might be interested to get back into it.
You mean the first Dota days as in Warcraft?
Well-
Yes, as a Warcraft mod, yeah.
Or like early days, as in the StarCraft mod.
I don't go that far back.
Speaking of which, if we can play StarCraft now, does the Aeon of Strife mod still exist?
I have no idea. I didn't play StarCraft. I couldn't
It
last 10
may
minutes.
still
on it.
exist.
You were too young.
Yeah, no, I just.
You were
couldn't- I
clearly
couldn't
too-
last. Yeah, no.
You were like 10 years old when that came out.
Yeah, but I tried playing it when I was in uni, and I was like, oh shit, man, this is just too much.
But yes, back on track.
Too little pixels.
There is, believe there's an inside joke when it comes to this campaign because it only comes in 2 parts.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because everyone knows Gaben can't count to 3.
Oh, right, yeah.
That laugh. Yes.
Yeah. But
Hey,
so
it's a funny joke.
the first part is dropping later this month.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is June, I believe, or July.
June or July,
Are
somewhere.
there any perks that you get for completing this quest, this campaign?
Yes.
You
You get random drops.
They
And
just know how to pull people in.
The
Yes.
best one is a courier. I think it's a baby Roshan courier, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yes.
There's actually a lot Baby Roshan variants out there. This is just one of them. I think.
okay.
Yeah, but so the random drops are every time you play through, you gain XP. When you
Yeah.
get a certain amount of XP, you can you get one spin on their wheel of
Yeah.
rewards.
Oh, right, okay.
Spin
This was actually a lot
away.
better than the Chinese New Year special that they did, like the tower defense, and it was really, really
I
bad.
didn't even play it at all.
Because it was so hard. Like, it was so tough to get like proper teammates, like in normal Dota games. And like the mods, basically that Chinese New Year special was they tweaked the skills a little bit and all that. It wasn't really nice. I tried a few times and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Moon something.
Yeah, it was weird. It was
Red
weird.
Moon, Dark Moon.
I don't know, but this
Yeah.
is kind of like Overwatch's most recent thing.
Yeah, but it's kind of unique. Like they've kind of gone full circle. Like Dota started out as a mod for a single player campaign.
No,
Well,
it has not gone
multiplayer.
full circle yet. We do
Not
not
yet.
have an RTS. They haven't turned it into
I
an
don't
RTS
know
yet.
whether like people in this day and age are capable of like having attention spans long enough for RTS anymore.
They do. Dawn of War 3 was just released.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone's playing it.
Got a lot of people playing it. It's Dawn of War, but it's
See,
got a lot of complaints from both sides, from fans of Dawn of War 1 and 2.
because it was dumbed down.
It's too complex for Dawn of War 1 fans and not complex enough for Dawn of War 2 fans.
Isn't that good? A middle ground?
No, now you've pissed off both sides.
Oh wow.
But yeah, a friend of mine's playing it. It's apparently very good.
Mm.
So I should look into buying that instead of the Battle Pass.
Oh come on. I mean, we have 4 players here. Like that's nice.
No, 4 players including him. That's what I'm
Yes.
trying to say.
So that's why we need.
No.
You know how it works, right?
Yes.
That's what happened with what's that game that we played?
Which game?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
I was
Do
only
not
there at the time,
remind.
so I don't know.
No. Borderlands was a dark time for us.
I
Many
mean,
hours.
the campaign will.
Still end at the end of
So did
August.
Borderlands. 7.
Around there.
I'm still playing Borderlands
I
too.
know, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You should continue
So
Borderlands.
No.
I'll buy it for you. Don't worry.
I already have too many games on my hands right now, so in
Yeah.
my hands.
Sure. Anyway,
Yep.
we'll be back with our next segment, which is fake news.
Okay.
And we're back with our final segment. So, as Pang brought up earlier, there's this whole MCMC WhatsApp group admin problem with the minister that's created a lot of misconceptions about what's going on.
True.
So we thought we should talk about it and try to figure out what the actual situation is at the moment. Yes, Pang. So let's take us through what happened.
Let's start from the beginning. The minister, like you mentioned, the deputy minister, right?
Deputy Minister.
Yes. He mentioned that people who are admins for group chats, such as on WhatsApp, are liable for anything that's spread within that group.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you spread fake news, you are liable and not the person who shared it. I think it's a
No,
common-
no. He didn't actually say that you are liable. He said that you are also liable in addition to him.
to that.
Okay.
guy.
Yes.
Right.
It's a bit more fair, but okay.
Basically, that puts a lot of responsibility for something very simple, actually, because you can set up a group chat anytime. But I think there are actually a growing number of group chats that you have in the number of hundreds
Yes.
of members.
It's actually
WhatsApp has a limit
Pretty
to
weird.
250.
Really?
250 members at a time.
250 at a time.
okay.
Telegram does not. I think you can go into the thousands before they limit you.
But there's not as many people on Telegram.
Correct. So over in Telegram,
Unfortunately.
Telegram's still not a very popular chat app, but WhatsApp is, and that has caused that comment from the minister has obviously caused a lot of reactions. One of it was the fact that some people somewhere, some parties, alleged that the government can spy on your WhatsApp messages,
Mm-hmm.
which
Fake news.
is not
Which
true.
Yes.
Because
Which is-
even if they wanted to, they cannot,
It'd be
unless
impossible.
they have access to one of the group members' phones.
Yes.
well, not necessarily.
Because you can't actually go through the messages, because it's even WhatsApp cannot access these messages itself, because messages are being transferred
So
end-to-end encryption.
the end-to-end encryption on WhatsApp is not perfect. They're
Not as good as Telegram.
not as good as Telegram.
Okay.
WhatsApp,
I
as
thought
far
he
as I
closed it up. Like the guy closed it up.
they've been trying. He's been trying, but it's one guy. He's trying to close
yeah,
all
it's
these
one
tools.
guy, but like then he just like flick a switch and basically the encryption was turned on for all chats.
It was, but researchers have found like gaps in the defenses. Like you can intercept it at certain points,
Okay.
but it requires a lot of technical knowledge. It requires you to know exactly what you're doing and put a lot of effort into it. So
Basically,
this is
really,
not
really hard.
yeah. This is not a mass program. This is more like CIA,
Yeah.
NSA kind
Not
of
just some
spy.
department in the government.
Not just anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I understand the fear that the government is reading your chats, and that's what you said. Not true at all.
It's
It
it's
even
very difficult.
Yeah.
so
To
even
put
the,
it simply,
even the MCMC has actually clarified that
Yes.
they're saying that the government is not reading your chats, and the government is not interested in reading your chats.
correct?
Okay.
Yeah. What actually happens is that this whole idea of liability of your responsibility only comes if someone complains to the authorities about it. I think this thing came out shortly after the whole BAC problem with
What
the
happened?
chat group. Okay, to put things into context, what happened is Bridgefield Asia College,
Yeah.
some of the students had a chat group where I believe they were making some very crass comments, and I think they were like rating the female students at the time. And someone saw.
Sounds like a lot of how Facebook started.
Yes, that is. So someone saw the chat messages and complained, and the situation kind of snowballed from there.
Escalated really quickly. Okay.
So I believe this is a follow-up to that situation, but it's also a follow-up to the whole problem of a lot of misleading news gets spread through WhatsApp groups.
Like I have a lot of relatives who are older, and
Yeah.
they kind of treat WhatsApp as like the same way they would treat like emails, where they kind of forward stuff that they think
Where
is
it's-
useful,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's not, and sometimes they're not even true.
Yes.
So
Very
Yeah.
true.
so this is where we are at the moment. So a lot of this stuff gets shared. A lot of it goes unnoticed. The government isn't trying to clamp down on anything you're sharing. They're not there. But if people start complaining, they will start looking into it. And MCMC is saying that the idea is we only want to look into it if someone complains to us. And if we start looking into it, one of the guidelines that they publish says you should cooperate with us.
yes, the last part,
Right.
The last part.
the last do in the one that that I mentioned just now
Yes.
is to cooperate in investigations by law enforcement agencies. What happens if you don't?
What happens if you don't? It was also spelled out.
Oh,
Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act,
Okay.
which it's again obstructing an investigation.
makes it an offense.
Yes.
So,
Basically,
to use any
uh,
network service or application to make a comment, request, suggestion. Let me read it from the top.
Yes.
Section 233 makes it an offense to use any network service or application to make a comment, request, suggestion, or other communication which is obscene, indecent, false, menacing, or offensive in character, with intent to, this is a really long sentence, with intent to annoy, abuse, threaten, or harass another person. Which is generally what the Malaysian government means when it talks about fake news.
Yes. That is generally the idea. That's our definition of
Covers
fake news.
basically a lot of grounds here.
It covers everything.
Descriptive.
Yeah, it is very descriptive. They're actually spelling out what you can and cannot do,
Okay.
which most people have not read. And they get very, very surprised when this thing happens to them.
Right.
So part of these guidelines, so we've mentioned the do's. Should
Yeah.
we talk about the don'ts? Kind of. Yeah, it's really like pendidikan moral for some reason.
Oh, wow.
It's like,
It
it's
is,
very
yeah.
logical. Like it's very common sense. Okay, first things first. You don't right here. Like you are not allowed to be. You shouldn't be an absent administrator, which means you create this chat group and you just be.
And you mute it and you disappear. I would like to meet a person who actually done that.
You should also not breach community standards or guidelines set by the platform provider. Do they actually have this? Like, does WhatsApp have guidelines?
Yes. WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook all have their own kind of guidelines, but it's very broad.
There to be there.
Not necessarily. It's more like, don't plan terrorist attacks.
Basically,
it's very broad.
something to protect themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah.
Makes
The
sense.
fact is, like, they can't really do anything if someone actually doing something.
Yeah.
but to be fair, these guidelines are slowly changing as the whole idea of fake news, foreign interference through the fake news is picking up. So it's slowly, the idea is slowly changing. Facebook is becoming more active.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bad press about them these days when it comes to like clamping down on.
No, it's partially bad press.
Yeah.
It's partially because European countries are starting to put into place legislation that will fine Facebook for not doing anything. We're talking like 500 million euros per incident.
So
Oh,
money.
okay.
Yeah, so it's not so much as, we're getting bad press, and like, if we don't do something, we're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
And Germany's put in place, France is putting one in place.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fantastic. And that's why you hear like Facebook,
Yeah.
hiring people. Yeah, so go on with the
There's a
guidelines.
few other guidelines. There are 4 more. You should not encourage, incite, or abet inappropriate posts.
Sure.
We
all
will
liable
remain.
for this
No,
one.
no.
Just by creating certain groups, you've already started it.
You should also not allow discussions to wander off topic, which happens all the time in most group chats.
Yes.
Which is normal for having a conversation.
Exactly.
You wander off.
Do not be afraid to deal. You're not allowed to be afraid to deal firmly with trolls or individuals who continuously breach the ground rules.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, okay. It's a
Sounds
very
like
odd
a
sentence.
forum.
Shouldn't be afraid.
Yeah,
Don't be afraid of trolls, people. If you're a WhatsApp group admin, do
But-
not be afraid.
admin's usually the biggest troll. That's why he started in the...
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the only actions you can do with this kind of things is you just ban them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's what they expect you to do, is ban them.
Come on. You're just gonna join other groups and do the same thing. Anyway, the last don't is to hinder or obstruct investigations by law enforcement agents.
Of course.
Okay, I'll be honest. When I read this, I didn't think much of it because it looks like something someone was asked to put together at 5:30 when he just wants to go home.
Pretty much. I mean, this is just guidelines that are like very general in nature.
Yeah,
Very common sense in a way as well.
And- they don't. It doesn't specifically address what's going on. It's more like we need to put out some guidelines.
Just to show that we're doing our work.
Yeah, so it's not specifically to address the whole fake news or to address harassment or whatever.
Because it's gonna happen anyway. It's bound to happen when you're in the group chat.
Yeah.
And, like, whether you like it or whether it's like, humorous in nature, there's always gonna be some people who just wants to, like our group conversations. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about something and it usually derails into something else, and we laugh about it.
Do you want a
and then-
fun statistic?
What?
So I was at a media briefing with Simon Tech this morning. Symantec.
Symantec? Call it Symantec.
Symantec, really?
Okay.
Really?
Anyways.
Anyway, so that's not the important thing. Important thing is Cybersecurity Malaysia was there, and they shared
nice.
stats on the number of reports they've been getting. 6% of all reports they get are for cyber harassment.
6%.
Only
6%.
6%.
Yeah. Well, 50% was for scams,
Oh, okay. I mean, that's no
but
surprise.
at 6% it came in third or fourth.
What's second place?
I can't remember. It's something irrelevant.
Okay.
Second place is irrelevant.
It
Okay.
didn't matter. It wasn't very interesting because 50% was scams, and then third you had harassment, which they wanted to highlight because it's on the rise. You're getting more and more cases of cyberbullying, harassment in Facebook groups, in chat groups, that kind of thing.
I'm surprised it's only becoming a more alarming issue now. I mean, cyberbullying has been something that's been going on since the internet started, sort of. So it's like,
No, this is what happened.
They're just really tracking it now. There's never been.
They're not tracking it so much as people are
Yeah,
reporting
that's
it.
what I was gonna say. Like, it's just
right,
people are just slowly figuring out, hey,
this can be reported.
like, this person is doing this, and this to me. Like, but previously there was no place for them to actually go
Yeah.
and like seek help or.
Or alternatively, it could be that some people are just very, very sensitive.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, cyberbullying and they're happening in chats.
Yeah, it happens in chats. It happens in social media a lot as
Yeah.
well.
Social media for real. Like
Yeah.
that's actually the bigger issue here, not
Yeah.
so much in group chats, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but that was a very interesting statistic that we had. It's
Well, then
harassment
comes-
coming
yeah.
up very fast.
then comes the question: is like I'm assuming this is part of the actions that our government is taking to address this issue.
I'm assuming it is because I mean they haven't done anything else.
I don't think there's anything much you can do. Like, what
Yeah.
else can you do? Like,
Campaigns? No, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that is true. There is not much you can do. It's the internet, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to censor most of. Well, actually, we do censor parts of it already.
Mm.
So if you're gonna cross that line. The other thing I thought was probably relevant at this time is because we have a general election coming up as well.
Yeah.
So-
Is that-
2018.
No, they haven't announced anything.
They haven't announced anything,
Yeah,
but there's this general consensus that something's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another thing that's happening in the world these days is outside interference. As in, other countries are generating fake news to interfere with the political structure of the countries.
Correct. Which is what
Right,
happened
right.
with the US apparently.
Yes, what's happened in the US, Britain, the EU has started clamping on it before it can happen to them.
Yeah.
And
Because they saw what happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey, Marine Le Pen is runner-up, man. She's got a chance of winning.
Okay.
You don't know who Le Pen is.
No, I
Very
do not.
good. But yeah, so that's probably another thing that they're starting to clamp down on, just in case that an outside party wants to come in and they want to start generating fake news or that, you might want to counter it early on before it starts snowballing and starts getting more and more at the same time.
Okay.
Which brings us back to this. The whole, you're liable for spreading fake news in a chat group.
Yeah, but the problem is, what if they don't know it's fake news? Because I think most of the perpetrators are like that. Like, they don't know it's fake. They're just sharing it because it seems important and things like
Oh,
that.
you mean the whole?
That's actually the general behavior. Of
That's the
people.
real, yeah.
that's
It's
the
the
thing.
I'm just sharing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just sharing. I don't
God,
know
I hate
it's
those
fake.
people. I hate those people.
Yeah.
So-
I think that was the excuse that a lot of them make when they say, "Do you know that you're spreading fake news?" I'm like, no.
Yeah, but the sad
this
thing
is
is,
it.
most of the time they legit didn't know that it's fake.
No, the most time when you call them out, they tell you that I don't know whether it's true or not. I'm not agreeing with you. I don't know whether it's true, but
Yes.
I'm just sharing
I'm
for
saying
information.
Just in case.
Yes.
The word actually
Gosh.
is just in
God,
case.
I hate those people.
Yeah.
I unfriended a lot of them. I hate these people. But there's actually something you can do. MCMC actually has done
Alright,
something
this
this.
thing.
It's cybernania.my.
Yes.
Sebenarnya.
Yes, cybernania.my. I love this thing. It's the Malay version of Snopes, which is the MCMC actually goes out of its way to collect all these fake news articles and debunk them.
Tell
Nice.
them that it's not true.
Yeah.
And why it's not true, and gives you actual
The actual news
that-
what
yeah.
actually happened, the context behind the story. It's great. I don't know why we haven't had this earlier.
They have actually run ads for this site, Sebenarnya.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Actually
Oh,
shared
I
this.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
okay.
Where?
radio.
Oh, cool. I've never heard of it. Good. Wait, why are you listening to Malay radio?
Not Malay radio. It was an English channel.
Radio.
Oh,
Yeah.
People actually listen to radios.
we all listen to radio.
When my
Oh, in the
phone's
car.
dying and I don't want it to,
I listen to
Yeah.
a podcast in the car.
Actually, yeah, so do I.
I don't have much of a quota, so
No, you have the same quota.
hey, I'm very
Anyway, but yes.
data savvy. But okay.
Oh, sorry,
Sebenarnya
we're
though.
getting derailed.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, as administrator, I must keep the
Okay.
the conversation on track.
Right.
Yeah, but so that's what's happening now. It's that Sebenarnya.my is there. It's good for countering fake news. I don't know if they can do enough because the sheer amount of stories coming out.
Especially on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, even Sebenarnya.my, the reach of it is not great, like what you said.
Yeah,
It's
it's
also
not.
because we're bound by language barriers. And Sebenarnya.my, how many articles have they actually debunked on? Like, is it mainly in Malay or English?
It's 100% in Malay.
There you go. That's the problem
Okay.
there. Like,
But-
again,
To be fair, the largest amount of fake news being generated is probably in Malay at the moment.
hard to
Chinese,
say, because the Chinese people are the ones on Facebook sharing just in case stuff.
no, Malay people do it as well.
Oh, case I know a few people just like I've seen stuff like that.
I told you, I unfriended all of them. I've just blocked all those links. But in the case that, my assumption is this simply because there are more Malay people in Malaysia than anyone else.
Okay, that's also true.
Yeah.
But sheer statistically, that should be the case. Unless Chinese people are really, really good at generating fake news.
You'll be surprised. Yeah.
Well,
They kind of love sensationalist kind of.
Yeah. I mean, compare Chinese newspapers to other platforms.
yeah.
There you have it.
But on the bright side, the English-speaking community is more aware of these things.
Yeah, even so,
No,
I know.
when
a lot
was the
that
last time you saw a World of Buzz link in your Facebook feed?
Actually, I've seen.
I've seen one over
Not so
the
much
past
the
few
coverage.
weeks, I think.
Oh yes, the
Yeah.
coverage.
So last time we spoke about this, we called out the coverage on World of Buzz
Yeah.
for inciting
Old news.
Sensationalist news.
sensationalist news.
Mostly old news, some fake, but
No,
Yeah.
no, it was always sensationalized.
It was
They
always
were
yeah.
Okay.
blowing it out of proportion.
Even though they were old, they like for some reason started posting out like missing
Missing
children.
kids.
yeah.
like from like Facebook posts that were like 2 years old, and so
Mm.
this is why people are sharing just in case.
Yeah, they don't want to be responsible for the one that for kids going missing.
I don't know. That's
Uh.
so weird. Anyway, but yeah, like you don't really see that much of
the coverage. Even
But
World of Buzz is
World of Buzz is slowly turning into more like a BuzzFeed style,
Which is good.
So
articles.
turning legit.
no,
No, not legit.
no,
per
not
se.
the legit
Like,
BuzzFeed.
yeah,
The-
Okay.
because legit like because BuzzFeed now actually has its own like really good news team.
Yeah.
Like a proper journalist like setup with that talks a lot about the Trump election at the time,
Mhm.
sorry, the presidential election.
Yeah, they
in the
hire
US.
people in New York
They
Times.
actually did
Oh, wow.
serious good journalism at that point,
Mhm.
which they still are doing now. It's just that the chunk of traffic still comes from the stuff that you read
Listicles
and
and
Yeah.
you share.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
World of Buzz still does not have that. They're still relying on like not so much sensationalist news, just like trending stories and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, they at least they're moving away from
Yeah.
sensationalizing
Although
things.
to be fair, like I've read less, I've seen far fewer articles that have been shared on World of Buzz. So that I'm not really a good measure of like what kind of content World of Buzz comes up now,
Mhm.
comes up with now.
Which is odd because they work like just
They
below,
work
they work
so
like
far
below
below
on
us.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Right.
I'm assuming that they've also realized they have to evolve. They can't be doing that.
I think it's an interesting strategy if you think about it. Either they actually have this is what they wanted to do all the way,
All the
all
while.
Yeah.
along.
Mm. But to
Actually,
get
why are we talking
attention.
about this?
I don't know. But
we're derailing.
yes, we have
Oh,
derailed.
gosh.
But on that note, BuzzFeed did say that was his plan all along. The founder of BuzzFeed did say that was his
Yeah.
plan all along.
To
I needed to generate a lot of
attention
Interest.
and then
easily shareable articles
Uh-huh.
to generate traffic, to get money, to do what I really wanted to do.
okay.
And now we have BuzzFeed News, which is quite good.
Yeah,
And
which is honestly very good.
I mean, I don't like his methods.
Yeah, it's something along the lines of
Yeah.
the
But-
ends justify the means.
Yeah.
something like
But BuzzFeed is not fake news,
No,
and it's
Now,
probably not something
no.
that you can share it. It's safe.
yeah.
I
that.
think.
I think
Yes, it's safe.
I'm 80% sure.
Unless you share stuff like the 4 types of private parts.
Or
What?
No.
The hell?
No, really, there's so 2 articles on BuzzFeed apparently appeared on my timeline. One was the 5 types of female genitalia and 4 types of male genitalia. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff you read. On
I
BuzzFeed.
work.
Who are your friends?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
People share funny gifs on my timeline too.
You are
funny
okay,
gifs.
you're
sure,
terrible.
but what?
But
I have
to
interesting people on my
be
Facebook
fair,
page.
that is
Okay.
that's not something you're gonna get in trouble for.
No,
What you
unless you're reading it.
Yeah, it's NS.
I cannot. I have nothing to say to that one.
No.
No. But to be fair, generally you'll be fine sharing whatever you want in your groups. Nobody's spying on you.
Yeah. Encryption, security, privacy, stuff like that.
No. It's just that the government cannot
No.
spare the resources to
Yeah.
do it.
It's just unless they basically
Took a hold of the phone.
No. Actually, if they actually obtain software to actually do it, which they are in this world.
Yeah, but didn't it get like clamped down or something?
No, it still exists.
It still exists because
The
thing is
Malaysian
that-
government's actually one of the customers.
Oh right, this thing.
But we should point out that that software, all that stuff, was never intended for
spying on
no
us.
for chat groups.
Mhm.
So what is it for? Facebook, right? No. Emails.
Mostly emails
Yes.
and that communication.
Okay.
But the idea is that doesn't that that malware, that spyware doesn't get around the end-to-end encryption. So you're safe. Not that anybody wants to read the crap you put out.
And that's good.
I'm kind of glad because the stuff that we share.
That was we're actually okay.
No,
Yeah.
No, we are.
No,
okay.
it's all right.
People.
Because we do understand what the government is trying to clamp down on. And it's not necessarily fake news, but they don't want you being a dissident. They don't want you inciting people against the government. That's probably the biggest problem here.
Yeah.
Harassment and saying horrible things, you're probably going to get away with it.
Yeah, but
If you're
it's
discreet.
it's a societal thing, which happens in every part of the world.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
it.
a lot of countries don't make it a crime.
Yeah.
We
actually,
did.
it is. Like cyberbullying it is, right?
In the US,
It's
yes,
not.
but other parts of the world, I'm not too sure.
In the US, cyberbullying is a problem, but it's not a crime.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no... Americans like their freedom, like we do. We want to be able to say what we want to say.
Uh-huh.
So they never made it a crime specifically to say these things. Neither have we. Well, we have specifically. So Americans would riot if you took that away from them.
Right.
It's like taking away their guns.
Right, it's part of the amendments and stuff.
No. You are no. It's nothing to do with that as well.
I mean, freedom of speech is part of the amendment. The amendment, no?
We have freedom of speech as well, don't you?
Right.
But freedom of speech is that you can speak out against the government.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing saying that I can say shit about you.
Okay.
There's no laws that should prevent that.
Right.
But for Malaysia, we do have the law, but
Sorry about that.
I've never seen it applied specifically. I mean, even in the Brickfields case, which actually started this whole thing,
Yeah.
the government hasn't taken any action. The MCMC has investigated, but they haven't done specifically anything.
Yeah, because if it really was just for like rating people on,
Yeah.
you know,
mean-
it's
It can be considered defamation.
no.
What's the word?
No.
Do you know what defamation is? Remember, this was
Yeah, man.
done in a
I didn't
private
study
chat
law,
group.
sorry.
Yeah.
Private chat group, number one, and number two is like
I mean-
you're doing something like teenagers are gonna do anyway. Like this is what teenagers do.
It's a dick move. Don't do it,
Like,
Okay.
but it's going to happen.
yeah. If
And
you give them the means of doing it, they're gonna do it.
yeah, I mean, it's a dick move. Don't do it, but the government is not going to throw you in prison for doing it.
Yes. Because it's nothing more than just a bunch of mischievous kids.
Unless you direct it specifically at a person.
Yeah.
Then it's 5 years jail.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we've said all we have to say about this.
Yeah. We've covered this before, and I think.
We covered this before. We just had to bring this up that it's still a problem. We have new guidelines about fake news, about chat groups, what you can share, what you cannot share.
Yeah.
The fact that we are horrible people in our chat groups, especially
Right.
Andrew.
I did nothing.
No, he loves his stickers.
He does.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Stickers awesome.
I wonder if they're offensive stickers.
No.
I will find them.
We migrated to Telegram because of stickers.
Yes, and I will find offensive stickers. I will find a sticker
Oh,
that's
yeah.
offensive.
For sure.
Technically, we migrated for GIFs. The GIF spot.
Actually.
Which WhatsApp already has now, but it's not as good.
No, offensive
the
GIFs are
plugin-
everywhere.
The
That's-
plugin was for Tenor, not Jiffy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you see, the offensive GIFs, I've got plenty.
Okay.
I don't have offensive stickers. I will find them.
You know you can create them. Right?
Yeah, I know.
You can create.
okay.
You can create your own stickers.
Yeah. Great. On that note, we are all
Okay.
going to look for the most offensive stickers we can find and not share it with anyone.
Except
So-
for chat group.
Possibly.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, hopefully with something else. Oh, and before I forget, because this is going Monday. No. Happy Wesak Day to everyone celebrating it.
Right.
All right, the
So,
holiday on Wednesday.
It's not just a holiday. It's a celebration.
Right.
These are the kind of people. These are the people who are going to get in trouble with the MCMC. So
What? I didn't say anything.
thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.